The militant group ISIS has killed 19 people from Kirkuk city as a counterattack on Iraqi forces.
She wants me to be, without question, either her ambassador to Iraq or to Afghanistan.
Donald Trump stirs the pot again, but this time at a charity event with Hillary Clinton. Toronto police are investigating 2 separate shootings last night in Etobicoke. Hi, and welcome to Humber News. I'm LINDSAY WADDEN, coming to you from our newsroom here at Humber College North Campus. More fierce fighting today in Iraq. The militant group ISIS has launched a counterattack on the Iraqi city of Kirkuk. The attack appears to be a response to the U.S.-led coalition to retake Mosul, one of the last ISIS strongholds in Iraq. At least 19 people have been killed in the attack. A curfew has been imposed after 6 security forces died defending the northern oil city. At least 8 of the attackers are also dead after suicide bombings and firefights. A security official says the attack is aimed at blowing up the city's oil wells. Kirkuk is a vital city for the Iraqi Kurds and has been under their control for more than 2 years. Bombardier has announced thousands of jobs cut worldwide. The cuts will affect mostly Canadian jobs. The Montreal-based plane and train maker will slash 2,000 positions in Canada. More than half will be in Quebec. Globally, Bombardier will slash 10% of its global staff. Earlier this year, the company said it had plans to cut 7,000 positions by the end of 2017, but it's already exceeded that amount with this announcement. In September, Bombardier received its final investment from Quebec of $1.3 billion for its new plane series. The company says the job cuts won't affect the production of the new but very late TTC streetcars. The U.S. presidential race has finally managed to find a few lighter moments. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton faced off last night at a Catholic charity gala in New York City. And it was a lighthearted event for the most part.
It's amazing I'm up here after Donald. I didn't think he'd be okay with a peaceful transition of power.
Both rivals addressed at the annual Alfred E. Smith Memorial Foundation dinner. They poked fun at themselves and each other, but not all of the jokes sat well with the audience.
It's vital to deceive the people by having one public policy and a totally different policy in private.
Although uncomfortable, the candidates managed to make each other laugh and share a handshake. Typhoon HAIMA is blowing through southern China with high winds and waves over 10 meters tall. HAIMA is the 22nd typhoon of the year and the second to strike China in a week. It already killed 13 people when it ripped through northern Philippines. Railways and airports have canceled all services in the area. Authorities have closed and evacuated nearby scenic spots and removed tourists to higher, safer ground. And in Japan, roughly 14,000 households have been rocked by a magnitude 6.6 earthquake. The earthquake startled residents and brought public transportation to a temporary halt. There were no reports of extreme damage or problems at a nuclear plant. Earthquakes are common in Japan, accounting for 20% of the world's earthquakes. Here at home, Toronto police are investigating 2 separate shootings yesterday in Etobicoke. 2 shootings happened within minutes of each other. Police say gunshots first went off in the Scarlet Road in Lawrence area, where paramedics say a man was shot in the chest. They say the second shooting happened in the Dixon and Islington area and resulted in a man being wounded in the hip. The reason for both altercations are still unknown. Police say there is nothing to suggest the 2 incidents are linked. A new deal today that could mean cleaner, cheaper energy for Ontario. Ontario will be buying hydropower from Quebec over the next 7 years. People in Ontario pay the highest rates for electricity in North America. Officials say the deal will allow Ontario to cut its greenhouse gas emissions by 25%. The deal is expected to save the province $70 million. It's always a good thing to save money and get a great deal. And students at Humber's Lakeshore campus got their chance today to grab some bargains and help a good cause. We get the details from Hunter Crowther.
Friday marked the final day of the Fall White Elephant Sale at Humber College's Lakeshore campus. The table was strategically placed in one of Lakeshore's busiest hallways. That's how first-year Bachelor of Commerce student Lily Knight found out.
I've walked by it. It's interested me a little because I do read a lot, so obviously the books caught my eye.
A glance at the table may trigger feelings of nostalgia. Every flavor of books from generations past, briefly worn sunglasses. The sale was organized by United Way, and all proceeds will go to their fundraising campaign. The term white elephants came from hundreds of years ago from the King of Siam, which is now known as Thailand, when he would gift one to his enemies because he knew the upkeep would bankrupt them. Luckily here, all you need is the change in your pocket. Hunter Crowther, Humber News.
Awesome images from space today, where a spaceship carrying a 3-man crew has docked the International Space Station. The ship was carrying 1 American astronaut and 2 Russian cosmonauts. Before docking, they orbited Earth 34 times on their 2-day trip to space station. The trio will join 3 other astronauts currently on the ISS. They'll be there until February. There's some trolling going on in southern Denmark, and this time it doesn't involve the internet. Just an hour away from Copenhagen, a festival is underway to celebrate trolls. Trolls are creatures from Scandinavian folklore. Legend has it that the area around the town was created by a troll dragging sand across the land. Local trolls have safeguarded the town's church since 1668. It's the largest troll festival in the world. When we come back, we'll tell you what's happening in the world of sports. And Alyssa Souza-Kapal will have your 3-day forecast.
Grab your scarves because it's going to be a cold one today. It'll be a high of 11, but expected to rain the whole day. I'll have your 3-day weather forecast after the break.
Summer festival lovers may be mourning the end of the music season, but a cute alternative has been introduced to keep our spirits well. It's the first Giant Panda Festival. 33 giant pandas use their effortless cuteness to mesmerize the masses. The festival celebrates the history, culture, and ecology of the ethnic tribes who live in harmony with the pandas, just when you thought they couldn't get any cuter.